Now, that being said, I want to talk to Tobie. If you don't know Tobie Spears, she is all about humanitarian and thanking people and doing things for people and being in that place because she is the founder and executive director of Be Humanitarian. Tobie, how are you doing today?
Good. It's so good to see you, Deb. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, it is good to see you as well, my friend. So look it, you are in something called Be Humanitarian, and I've loved some of our conversations. So I'd love to throw it out there because I know there's lots of places that we can put our resources. There's lots of places we can donate. There's lots of places we can support in all sorts of different ways. And it's really interesting to see all the different ways, all the creative ways that women are getting to be able to have support around what it is that they're doing. But before we go into that a little bit, maybe you want to share with us about what Be Humanitarian is.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Be humanitarian is really a call to action. So it is an invitation for you to get out and do something just a little bit bigger than yourself and make the world a better place. The way I do that is in Guatemala by providing food and education for our kiddos, and that is all about what we do at Be Humanitarian.
Yeah, there's some really cool things that you're doing. So, can you share the different ways? I mean, I love the volunteer vacay. I mean, I want to make sure that you touch on that, but what's all the different ways that women can support and how is that channeling through? Like, what kind of support are you doing in this beautiful Guatemala?
Yeah, truthfully, I think so many times we can get frozen with overwhelm. Like there's so much need and we hear about it on the news and we see it everywhere and it's like, but how can I really serve? How can I really do this? So the truth is that you can and that a little bit does go a long way. So my invitation is to just find something that resonates with you. If there's a passion that you're involved with, you can find a beautiful connection to work in service with someone else. Um, One of my favorite ways is like a, a little donation, $20, $30. I mean, a month that can feed a kiddo, like that really, like that's not even a DoorDash price. And that can feed a child for a whole month. So when we just step back just a little bit to be able to do just a small give, it's pretty impactful.
Yeah, I think that's the power of collaboration. Sometimes I think people feel I don't have like this much, so it's hard to put a relationship to it. But thank you for doing that. And I love this next one. I wanted you to come on and talk specifically about this because, well, we just talked about going to different places in your international global expansion that you want to go and you want to do some business with. And that's one side of it. But the other side of it is, I remember when I was in school and like elementary school, and we did a project here in Vancouver, Canada, that helped support people to go build a house in another part of the land, in the other part of the world. And you have this thing called Vacation Vacay. Now, take us through that.
Yeah, so it's voluntourism, it's volunteer vacation. It's really about making the world a better place while having a blast. The beautiful part is that if you do it right, it can be a complete tax deduction. So, line up with a nonprofit and make that but a good benefit for yourself. But the whole philosophy behind it is that you're teaming up together with your people. So invite your friends, invite your women that you enjoy spending time with. We've done entire trips with women from fair trade shoppers, just like people that are going to have a blast together and laugh a whole lot, and then you serve. So we're working, making little houses and playing with the children, and your soul is lifted to a level that I don't know if it happens just in everyday life, Deb.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I liked it when we talked about it and I wanted you to come share about it is sometimes we'll hear people because, we're out here doing it. We're making things happen and you'll hear like, "Oh man, I just need to get away." And that is a great way to decompress. Like, you know what I mean? Like you are serving, but you're serving yourself as well. It's soulful. I know that you talked about some groups like build a stove. And I thought, oh my God, I've never built a stove. How interesting would that be? Or, volunteering at the school or what have you, even just having it as part of your vacation. I remember when I went to Thailand and I went up to Bangkok and was watching some, elephants that were in recovery, and just it was part of my trip, not the whole trip. And I got to take care of me, got to take care of some elephants, and it was just a super great experience. So
Right.
I think we just sometimes forget. We hear about a charity and we think fiscal. Now that's not a bad thought, but then sometimes we take ourselves out of it and we don't think about that as a trip thing to do.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
so much joy there. And to be able to just step out of your regular and your stress and your regular everything, everything life, and just focus with breath and awareness and eating great food and sleeping well and serving, it really is just like such a beautiful
Mhm.
combination of things.
Well, you have a great job, my friend. If you can, please just put information in the chat for people to have more of a conversation and continue that dialogue. That would be fantastic. Stephanie, before we go to our next speaker, let's do some hearts and some hearts and thank you, thank you, thank you. Some reactions and emojis for Tobie. And Stephanie, any words before I see our next speaker in the room that we'll go to? Thank you, Tobie.
Thank you.
She's in the
Yeah,
book
I
as
think
well. Go ahead.
that was great, Tobie. Thank you. And I'm just loving the interaction in the comments and the support for our speakers. When take it from me as a speaker, when you're done, you kind of go and you look in the chat, and just seeing that positive affirmation is really helpful. And Tobie, I love how you call it voluntourism. I actually haven't heard that term before. So, and the fact that you could go do something amazing and help a community and have a tax write-off is very smart. So there's something in it for everybody. Thank you for that.
Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you.